Now don't let that hat fool you. That's my Super Bowl hat. But we're now going to continue our Is Peyton Manning a Choker come playoff time series. Oh, so then why am I wearing this hat? Well, if you've been following our S.A.L.T productions, we've covered every one of Peyton Manning's playoff games, gave him a grade. We've noticed that very, very often his play, his performance, his personal performance is considerably lower than the way he plays during the regular season. That's why, hence, is he a choker? If you want to attribute the reason why his performance drops because he's choking, certainly nerves could be a factor after he didn't win for a while. I mean, any human being would be, oh my gosh, it's a great player. Why isn't he winning playoff games? That's a lot of pressure. But, so we've been going through every one. Now we're up to, if you've been following the series, we're up to 44. We covered his loss in the Super Bowl, and we gave him a C for that, just based on the Tracy Porter pick six. He had an A going till then, believe it or not, if you go through it, even though he only had 17 points to that point, with 6 minutes left in the fourth. If you check it out, you'll see he had an A, but that one throw, I mean, that's got to bring him down to a C. If I would continue from there, the next year he faces the Jets, and is going to lose 17-16 after having beat them on the way to the Super Bowl when he lost Super Bowl 44. But this time he's going to lose to the Jets 17. We're not going to do that one now. And then the next year after that, they didn't even make the playoffs. That was the year he got hurt. What happened there? Well, I know Curtis Painter was in there. I remember Curtis Painter. They had they had a terrible season. I can't remember why in the world they lost anyway. But then they had the loss to Joe Flacco, and now I want to cover. Also, I want to cover. That's the year that Super Bowl 47 took place. I want to cover Super Bowl 48 and Super Bowl 50. And compare the two and give Peyton Manning his personal grade. Again, remember, we're giving out personal grades here. Not how, I know he had bad defenses. I realize that. And I realize that if you had Belichick as his coach, he'd have 4-5 rings already. Look what happened when he had a defense this year. He just won a Super Bowl 50. I understand that. I'm not talking about whether he should have won or lost, or how many rings he's got. I'm talking about how did his personal performance do in the Super Bowl? And Super Bowl, that's why I'm wearing the, in the playoffs. And that's why I'm wearing the hat, because I'm going to be covering 2 Super Bowls right now. So let's go. Super Bowl 48. 1 second. We've covered that in another S.A.L.T production. I have a whole 4-parter and a 1-parter. Long version, short version on that game. But let's quickly go through it. Why he gets an F for that 43-8 game. He almost got shut out. That's the one thing I need to say. Got to get an F there. He had 5,000 yards that season, threw 54 touchdowns, broke a record, and then had 600 points. Comes into the Super Bowl, and he gets demolished. Right away, right off the bat, first drive, safety. You don't want to blame on him. He took the blame. He said that he should have gone to a silent count because of the noise. All right. He took the blame for that. Second drive, and now it's 5-0 because Seattle gets the ball back after the safety. They get a field goal, 5-0, 3 and out. No pressure, without any pressure. There wasn't any pass rush at that point that you could, wow, he's already getting killed. All right, 3 and out, punt. Seattle gets another field goal on their drive, 8-0. Now, without any pass pressure, he throws a terrible rookie-type interception. You can say there was slight pressure, as pointed out by Sims, who announced that at Super Bowl. I don't know, forget who. Anyway, but he steps. There's a pass rush around causes Peyton Manning to step up. That's not called pass pressure. All good quarterbacks, any quarterbacks do that. They just step up and you throw it. He rushed the throw. As I showed in the S.A.L.T production, he anticipated the receiver cutting left. He had not even turned out of his route yet. And And even if that guy does turn and make a left, it's an overthrow anyway. So it's a bad anticipation of a guy turning left. He threw it too early, and it's an overthrow. Chancellor gets the interception, and now Seattle comes down and gets a touchdown, 15-0. Okay, 15-0, first half. It's still a game. We're now in the middle to end of the second quarter. Now Peyton Manning starts to put together some first downs. Here it is beginning to be a little bit more of a pass rush now. A little bit more of a pass rush, I admit. He did get hit a few times. He's coming down the field, and he throws a pick six, the Malcolm Smith pick six. And you say that's not his fault. That's the offensive line's fault. And yes, a majority of the blame goes to the offensive line. He got killed on that throw by Cliff Averill. Averill cobs him on the play. So why am I? No, I'm giving him a little bit of the blame. Averill was so on top of him that he should not. I demonstrate this on the video a little bit better on the SALT production. He should not even thrown it. He should have taken the sack or just throw it away. He's winding up and throwing as Cliff Avrill's already got a body near him and a hand reached out and very likely and prone to change that pass, deflect it, or cause it to go pop up in the air. Only trouble could happen from that throw that he was throwing, and maybe he should have just taken the sack. Again, a little bit of a nitpick, but I'm giving him a little bit of the blame. So he already got 2 interceptions. At that point, it's 22-0. And if you want to tell me, all right, it's only a few drives, and you're giving him an F based on that. Well, and he comes with the 2-minute drill. He comes all the way down, and on 4th and 2, he throws a bad ball to. He doesn't convert the 4th down. So nothing in the first half. Absolutely zero zilch in the first half. And that's it. Second half, 100-yard return by Percy Harvin makes it 29-0. So anything that happened after that, he almost got shut out, buddy. Almost got shut out. F. Okay, we go to Super Bowl 50. Now, I'm giving him a C for Super Bowl 50. Okay, say now, anybody that watched it and is an astute football fan should say, no, Mr. Salt, Mr. Salty Peppers, you should give him a. I'm hoping that everybody says F and not B for winning, or A. We're not going whether he won or not. We're going to give him a C, and I really should give him an F, but I'll tell you why I'm not going to give him an F. So let's go through it. We got one good drive in the first half, and he had one good drive in the second. Each of them was the first drive of the half. He got 3 first downs in the first drive of the game. Then it stalled, kicked the field goal. Fine, he beat the blitz twice. He had a nice 15-yarder down the right sideline. I was surprised he was able to do that. I didn't even think he was going to do that. Okay, 3 points. Then he got. Then the rest of the half was 5 3-and-outs. There was one time where they ran the ball for a 40-yard run, 35-yard run. Peyton Manning follows it with a terrible interception to that guy Evil. What's that guy? Easel, whatever his name is. He would have been the MVP had they won, by the way. He had a couple of sacks and interception. Okay, so now we got 5 3-and-outs. We got an interception. They get a lucky break on a punt return. They're already in field goal range. He does convert a 4th down on that drive, but there's a penalty for holding, so they have to kick the field goal. Okay, so basically 3 points there. Second half again, just 3 points. He completes a few to Sanders, which they say he should have thrown 2 more. All right, a few to Sanders, and again the drive stalls. 3 points, and that's it. That's it. They got 14 points off turnovers in the game. The reason why it was 10 to 10. The reason why it was 13-7 at the end of the first half was because they got 7 points off the Von Miller sack touchdown and 3 off that punt return. He only got 3 offensive points, Peyton Manning. And he got only 3 in the second half. The other 7 was on the fumble at the end of the game. He only had a 4-yard drive, which he's lucky to get a touchdown there. All right. So 6 points he put up on the board. 6 offensive points for the game. That's an F performance. And don't tell me, well, they were playing conservative the whole time. They were playing conservative as the game went on in the third, middle, fourth. On a 3rd and 9, they ran the ball. Okay. But until most of the game, it was a 1-score game. It was less than a 1-score game, and he's got to continue. He's got to try to get some points. Oh, by the way, and when you're going to tell him he was conservative, then don't drop back and have the ball stripped from you on the 50-yard line in the fourth quarter, up points. Make sure you don't get the ball stripped from you, which is so another turnover. Again, that's a little bit of a luck factor. Somebody who happened to go by and grab the ball out of his hand. Okay, but that is a turnover. So 2 turnovers, 1 through fumble, 1 through a very bad pick, and he's only put up 6 offensive points. But here's why he only gets a C. I didn't expect him to get more than 6 points. I said that in the Saturday night what should happen production, should analysis. He's going up against a very good defense, almost as good as Denver, let's face it, and been good for years now. And the only weakness they may have is the deep secondary, something Peyton Manning can't take over because of his can't take advantage of because of his arm strength. So what were we expecting him to get? I wasn't expecting him to get more than 6 to 10 points. So I've been saying that throughout his career his performance drops from his regular season. Here it didn't drop that much. This is the way he played in the regular season. This is who he is. He cannot do much with the arm strength he has against a very good defense like that. Against Pittsburgh, which is not such a great defense, he was able to have a B+ performance. Good job, including the game-winning drive there. New England, terrible performance. Again, I said this 100 times already, if Bill Belichick doesn't gift him 7 points, he puts no touchdowns up in that game. So he didn't drop that much. The fact that they won the game, okay, again, I'm going by his personal performance. And we do have a first here. This is the first time he won and gets a bad mark. I've never had, I go through all his playoff games, you'll see he's never won and had a bad mark. Oh, I'm sorry, maybe you could say the Chiefs, when he won Super Bowl 41, on his way there, he beat the Chiefs 23-8, threw 3 picks in the game. Got the break again, facing Herm Edwards. We don't play to win the football game type offense. So they won 23-8. Maybe that was a bad game. It's interesting that whenever he plays well, they've won. Whenever he's played terrible, when he's personally has played bad, he lost. I understand that it's the defense. He's never had good defenses through the years, especially in Indy. And I understand that he probably would have lost them anyway. But his personal performances were bad. Whenever they lost. His personal performances were great or very good when they won. Here's the first time that he had a bad performance. This is again bordering on F. I would give him an F if he played well during the regular season. That's from a standpoint of just rated for how a quarterback played. He played terrible, but that's the way he was playing with that arm strength against good defenses anyway during the regular season. The Chief game was an embarrassment. He had to take him. He had 3 completions, 4 interceptions. So basically, we have a C. The fact that he won can't move him up past C. I'm not going to give him an F because he did. Again, he's not dropping. He did about as much as he expected. He didn't throw big picks. He really could have thrown a few more picks. And he really should have been picked a few more times. I forgot to add that, by the way. Norman had 1. 2 times he should have been picked, and another 2 times he could have been picked. Okay, but he pretty much played it safe here. Maybe you could say he had a leadership role, and he was able to have a calming influence to be able to. I don't know if he's able to do that, but C, terrible performance by C minus for Peyton Manning for his last playoff game of his career. He will now walk in and say, I'm glad he got a victory. He deserves to have a game where the defense won it for him. I mean, he did always play with bad defenses. But am I right? Did I hear right that the first person he greeted after the game, the first hug, was Papa John's? Now, this is not Papa John's. This is not. But that Mike Francesa already killed him for the first guy you hug after you win. And Papa John's, that's a business. Well, come on, Peyton, man, don't do that. Francesa was furious. He was yelling. The way he said it was, "You don't mean Papa John." Anyway, I won't kill him and yell that much, but we're hitting the 15-minute mark. Peyton Manning an F in Super Bowl 48, a C- in Super Bowl 50, but he wins, and that is Peyton Manning's player performance, another S.A.L.T production. Bye-bye.